Hello and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Hyped or Humbled. Uh, as you can see, it's just me, Steve. My man Vic is otherwise engaged. He's watching us on Instagram, so expecting a bit of heckling from him. So I'll be doing the show today, and I'm going to be quite disciplined with it. And what I mean by that is, I'm not putting the chat on screen, and I want you guys to drop in. So there's the link that I've put in the chat. There's the QR code you can scan there, and yeah, I want you guys to I'll put a thing at the bottom as well. Actually, I want you guys to drop in with, and you can either come in on video or you can come in on audio. You don't have to show your face, but yeah, it's about you guys hyping up or humbling someone. Now let's go for hype, and let's pick a topic just so I can start get juices flowing. Let's focus on these upcoming games this weekend, right? Semi-final games, Div 1's quarter-final games, and I suppose the big change this year to the playoffs is the Div 1. I don't know what the correct name for this game is, but there's a Div 1 game that where it's like the third round playoff, or it's the bottom seed playoff. I don't know if you call it third round's probably the wrong thing, but yeah, the bottom three teams in Div 1 have to get ranked. The bottom one gets automatically put through to the relegation game, and the other two teams play each other to see who stays up and who goes through to that relegation game. And that's happening this weekend. So it's the Berkshire Renegades versus the Essex Spartans. So yeah, let us know if you've got anyone if there's anyone going to play well. And I said, I'm going to just wait pretty much to see who joins and what anyone's got to say. And I'm not going to bring up the comments. Actually, I can bring up we'll read out what the games are. So let's start off with the Div 1 stuff. So in Div 1, the quarterfinals, we've got quite a big game here, which is a local rivalry. Silent Thrashers playing the Portsmouth Dreadnoughts. Winner of that goes on and faces the Wembley Stallions at Wembley on August 3rd. So that one's that one's quite a good game. Then elsewhere, we've got in one South, London Olympians hosting South Wales Warriors. And the winner of that one goes through to East Kent Mavericks. Again, East Kent Mavericks being the home team. That's a hell of a journey. I mean, imagine it's a journey for even the London Olympians, let alone South Wales Warriors going. That's got to be 4 hours for them to get to that to get to that venue. It's 2.5 hours from me, and I'm in Bracknell. So yeah, that's a hell of a trip if the Warriors are to win that. Then the Div 1 North, we've got Sandwell Steelers facing Merseyside Nighthawks in game 1. Winner of that goes on to Yorkshire Rams. And the Scunthorpe Alphas versus the Northants Knights. Winner of that goes on to play the Glasgow Tigers. So let us know if there's anyone or anyone's got anything to say about any of those games? Then down to they're just going straight through to like a semi-final. So one round of games, and then they play their Div 1 promotion. What would be a Div 1 promotion game for them? First game, Leicester Panthers versus the Gateshead Senators. Winner of that faces the Birmingham Bulls in the Gulag. And then the second game is the Humber Warhawks and the Lancashire Buccaneers. That was the game that the Breens picked for Game of the Week, where people submit their scores and or score prediction, should I say? And there's quite a good spread on that actually. Winner of that game faces Sheffield Giants. And then lastly, Div 2 South, we've got Hereford Stampede and the Ipswich Cardinals. And then the last game is the one that we'll be live streaming. I'll be live streaming is Oxford Saints versus the Cornwall Monarchs. Now, both the winners of both of those go through to a Gulag game, but we don't know. We know that Somerset will be one of those teams, and the other one of those teams is the loser of Tridents. But we don't know who's going to face who, because it's based on proximity. So there's no like set bracket in and set structure in it. See some stuff popping up in the comments, but no one's actually dropping in. There's quite a few people watching between Instagram and Facebook and YouTube here, and I can see that there are comments popping up, but drop in with them. I'm not going to throw them up on screen today. I want people to drop in and have a conversation. Let us know about the games or anything else. You know, if you guys have got anything else you want to say. Want to share, even want to ask, I don't mind, you know, not that this is an ask me anything thing, but yeah, otherwise this might be quite a short podcast. Again, all you need to do is click. I think I posted. Yeah, I did. I posted the link in the comments. So it looks like someone's scanned, so we should have someone join in a second. Please feel free to keep doing so. We can have multiple people lined up, and we will get to everyone. Just waiting for this person to. I don't know what happens. There's like a scan thing that tells me someone scanned the code, and I can sort of see that. But then there must be some sort of validation thing that they do, and then they'll pop up on my screen, and then I can let them in. So we'll see who that is. They get that far shortly, but like I said, if you people can queue. Here we go. Oh, it's Russ Begby. Hey, Russ. See that, but then there must be some sort of Russ, can you?
Yes, I can. Yeah. Hi, Steve. How you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. The subject I wanted to put over just to kick off some for your program is that the subject of the Cornwall Monarchs. I just want to say well done for them to get into the playoffs. There is a lot of people in Britwell that don't care about them. And I'm not one of them, Steve. I started my football career in Cornwall. I played for the Duchy Destroyers, and they got to 2 bowl games back in the day. They've had a lot of controversy. I did play for the Cornish Sharks. There's a lot of controversy, as you know, in the past. And like you mentioned on Monday night, that, you know, it's been a long time coming for them to have any type of rebuild and success that they have. And I I just want to wish them good luck on Sunday. And Oxford are a great team, great setup. I really enjoyed coaching against them and playing against them in the past. But for this one, I'm back in the Cornwall Monarchs.
Oh yeah, so yeah, good to hear. And there's a couple of bits there, Russ. One, you said not a lot of people like them. But what in Britball? Why is that? Where do you think that comes from?
It's because I hate to say it, the arse end of the country.
Yeah.
They're because
Oh, what
of
people just don't like going that far. They, it's a pain to get to, sort of thing.
Yes, yeah. It's long trips for a lot, a lot of teams.
Yeah.
But on the reverse, it's long trips for the Monarchs to go up country, as they say.
Is that what they say? Up country.
Up country, go up country, or anything out of the county. Obviously, I mean, I'm half Cornish. I've lived in Cornwall. My mother was Cornish, so but they have got a lot of resilience. They haven't had many coaches down there. I think if they had more coaches in their team, they would be even more improved. I'm not saying that they haven't got bad coaches, because they are friends of mine and old teammates. But I think it's to develop that team, they just need a couple of more coaches. And they've got sponsorship and stuff. It's not massive, but that's what's keeping them going for away trips and keeping the team going. So Britball, because not I mean, Div 2 is looked down upon, and it shouldn't be, because you do have some good players in Division 2, and it's just by location is that a lot of those players can't travel to, it's a long way to travel to the nearest, say, Div 1 team, which is Bristol or Taunton or somewhere like that. So I'm just happy that they're into the playoffs, and I wish them the best of luck.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And yeah, I think they've been they and I said it on Monday, didn't I? Like, they've been a club that's had a lot of trouble having to rebrand from the Sharks, and the club got sort of ripped apart. Their social media accounts, they weren't able to recover, so they had to start again, which is quite a big deal, and they were, I think our own pundits sort of predicted them to have a terrible season and even to finish bottom of the division, the conference, sorry. So they've done really well, and I said it on Monday, like, I don't want to bet against them, like, because it's like our guys that do our picks, and even the community picks that we see, no one seems to learn the fact that Cornwall are going to be winning games or have won games, and I think they're going to be tough opponents. I'm really looking forward to seeing them on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the stream as well. The Cats have got their morning practice, and I should be home to watch the stream, so I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
who would think that Cornwall would actually get live streams, Steve?
Yeah, well, do you know what? Someone said that in the comments. I thought we'd live stream one of their games before, not going down there, but like them as the away team. But maybe we haven't. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's good. It's good. They seem quite excited about it as well. And I've said to both teams, what we'll do is keep the live stream running after the game, through handshakes, and when they do their team breakdowns, and then we'll give everyone an opportunity to come on and get interviewed or just talk about the game. So there'll be like an added dimension to the live stream, just because it's like the playoffs, and we should have some quite excited people there, no matter who wins.
Oh, right? Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, with your live streams, I think it's a good idea to maybe interview a couple of coaches after the game and a couple of standout players. It would just improve on visibility for Sport Tank and for the game. It's good for those people to have a couple of minutes of, if you want to call it, fame. But so people get to know players and coaches from other teams via your streams.
Yeah, and I mean, it's something we might consider to do, because we've done it in fits and spurts. Like sometimes it's dependent on the number of people that we've got on our team doing the live stream. Sometimes it's even just down to the weather. Like,
well, I know what you're
raining,
like about the weather, Steve.
I'm a fair weather reporter, right? Like I hate it. I hate it. It does my head in, and I shouldn't even live in this country. But yeah. So, but yeah, I do know that people seem to value it, and people seem to enjoy just coming on and saying stuff, and it's it's something that that we'll look to start doing. More often, probably just in where it's sunny.
yeah, just to make sure the sun's shining.
Unless I've got
do it.
I've got my gazebo up, and then I just stand under that, and people come over to me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, when's is it August 3rd? You guys are playing your next game?
10th.
August.
Okay, yeah, we have the London Blitz at home in Cambridge.
Okay.
There's no guarantees of the what's happening with the other game with Rushmore and the Cheetahs. So, we're just going to prepare for the Blitz as we would normally do for any other game. See what happens. And like the added saying goes, on any given Sunday, you just never know.
Yeah.
But we're not taking it as a given that Rushmore will beat the Cheetahs, because it's still Div 1 is still competitive and tough. I mean, sometimes it doesn't look like that from the Prem South this year with some of our teams, with us and the Cheetahs, but Rushmore are a good team. They've been building really strong this year. They've been recruiting. They're a great bunch of guys. We've got a good relationship with them, and and their head coach, and I wish them the very, very, very best of luck for that game, and they take the win.
So let's say hypothetically, Russ, if it does go south, from your perspective, and you guys end up being in that
relegation playoff
/ promotion game against whoever it is that wins the Div 1 South.
Yeah.
How first of all, you've got probably 3 or 4 weeks to prepare for that, right? Is that right?
Yes, I can't remember the exact date. I know it's at the end of August.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. So how would you go about that? Like, is that something you think the team will be up for doing? And would you increase training? Would you decrease training? Like, how do you approach that type of game? Because it's not something that we've had in the sport before, and certainly in my time.
No, and neither in my time, Steve. To be honest with you, as people have seen, on the streams, on the throughout. I mean, the Cats are always a fighter, and they will always do their best on the field, no matter what the circumstances are on every game. Like you said, if it does go south, we will continue to practice. We'll continue with our midweek practice. We'll continue with our Zoom meetings Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, because as you know, when you get to this sort of level, it just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop for the coaches. It doesn't stop for players. It's continuous. But we'll continue with all those and approach that game, with everything we have, with every part of our souls, every part of our bodies, to get that game done and won. I understand, there's always going to be challenges at that time of year. People are going to be on leave and holidays, vacations, and stuff. But as soon as we know that we are playing that game, then it's all hands to the pump. People, have got to understand that, this it's survival in the Prem, and the Cats have proved so far to be survivors, especially with a couple of games we had this year when we've had the minimum amount of players to actually for the games to go ahead, and we've proved that we're resilient in all aspects of that. So we are definitely going to be playing that game if and when it arises.
Awesome. Well, thanks for dropping in, Russ.
Yeah, you're welcome, Steve.
I just appreciate it.
I just want to appreciate everything you do for the sport, and opening it up for people to see these live streams, and the rundowns and stuff are fun as well. So thank you, Steve, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Will do,
Thank
mate.
you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. I should have maybe let him do an introduction, but Russ is the you may have guessed, but he's the head coach of the Cambridgeshire Cats. Formerly was with the Cheetahs, so the Hertfordshire Cheetahs and Cambridgeshire Cats game on Sunday. Quite a big event for him, and him personally, but also the significance of the game. And he's a friend of Sport Tank. I've had him help co-commentate on some games. He's just a lovely guy, and wish him all the best. So line's still open, guys. Drop in. I can see a couple of questions coming up in the comments, but again, just to remind everyone, not going to pick stuff out of the comments. I want people to drop in and talk. That's the idea of this show. I don't want to make it easy and just let you guys get away with just dropping in a comment. So scan the QR code or go to the link that's in the comments that we've posted. I don't really know how that looks because I've got like a different view. Drop in, like I said, we've been sort of a topic selected that I think is good to focus the games this weekend, significance of them. But feel free to raise anything else, praise anything else, and if you want, ask questions, or I can see comments in the questions in the comments, but drop in with them, and I will just wait and talk until someone drops in. If we go long enough without anyone dropping in, then I'll just end the show. Especially because it's just me solo today. I didn't want to just be like a monologue of me rambling about stuff. I think most people know that when I start rambling about stuff, I end up ranting about stuff, and I'm trying to stay quite zen and leave space for other people to join and say what they think. So to be more of a facilitator than a voice is my goal. I can see that we've got the highest number of people that have been watching right now. So there's people out there. Don't be afraid, guys. I won't bite. Looking forward to actually speaking to people and just want to see what it is that you've got to say. Who do you think is going to be? Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to lose? Got anything? Hey, you could even drop in and say stuff about the rules of the game, or the national governing body and what they've got coming up, or the GB program, or youth football, or coaching, or rules of the game. There's many topics that we can speak about. There's nothing off topic. That doesn't even make sense, does it? Nothing's off the table. You can talk about whatever you want. Like I said, just scan that. I can point up at it. Scan that QR code, or click on the link, and you will drop in. And I should well, I will get a notification when people do scan or visit that link, so I know you're coming, and we can talk, or you can talk. I can let you talk. I can interview you about your views. Crazy seeing these numbers shooting up. I don't think I've ever had more boring content that I've done than this, apart from when people are on. But I feel like I'm on like QVC talking about trying to sell you guys a product. I'm just finding things to say about it. Um, but, yeah, I'll give it probably a few more minutes, see if someone drops in, and if no one does, then I'll just knock it on the head for this week. And we'll come back next week once we've seen the first round of playoffs. Trying to see what football we got next week. I think it's the last round of the Premier League next week. Last week of Prem. Just have a look because we've got talk about our live stream. So we've got booked in. Yeah, next week we're doing, which is a wow. Is it a big one? Maybe that's a question. We're going to be doing the Aztecs versus the London Warriors on the Saturday night. Interesting that one because Russ is a big proponent of again speaking out against those Saturday night games because of in his experience of a couple of other teams, player available different on a Saturday night than what it is a Sunday afternoon, and that's impacted them. But then, yeah, I suppose they're the ones traveling. It's not the Aztecs that are traveling for that. But personally, I'm not. I don't mind these Saturday night games. So especially as a father, it means I can spend 2 days with my kids and then not have to do anything Sunday evening. Well, apart from doing all the scores and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, next week that's the last, and then that will wrap up the Prem. The big game in the Prem in terms of playoffs is Manchester Titans versus Coventry Phoenix next week. Then we go into the Div 1 North and Div 1 South finals the week after, as well as the 4 Div 1 to Div 2 playoff and relegation games, which will be quite interesting. Gary said, is that not in 2 weeks' time? Yeah, sorry. Did I say next week? Next week, sorry, the 3rd is the semi-finals of Div 1. So the winners of the Div 1 games this week will play the 4 teams in those games. And yeah, we've only got one of those games booked in, which is the week after. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to talk about the comments, but that's popped up and it's a correction. The games next week, we haven't got anything to live stream because I'm not going to East Kent. That's like 2.5 hours one way for me. I'm not going to Glasgow and I'm not going to Yorkshire. And then the only other option is Wembley. But over the last couple of years, when I've tried to live stream Wembley, they never got back to me. So I just can't do that one either. So I'll get a week off next week. Anyway, right. If no one else is going to join, last orders, last call for anyone joining. Say something. If not, then we'll just end it, and everyone can enjoy their Friday evenings, and I can too. Again, just scan the QR code or click the link. You don't have to come on screen. just be your voice, so like a call in. But you can be on screen if you've got a camera. Same link for both. It figures out what you want to do. I'm not going to read it. I can see comments coming in, but I'm not reading out the comments. I'm only responding to people that drop in. Someone's messaged me. I wonder if someone's going to drop. Right, it's talking about. Oh yeah, that's what I suppose. I can talk about that. It's a bit of an exclusive. So we haven't done any coverage of the NFL, something like that, and it's something that Matteo is passionate about and he wants to try and pick up again. So restarting this season, we'll be doing some NFL coverage, which will be quite interesting. We've not, obviously, since the last time we've done it, our audience has grown, but I wouldn't say we've got much of an NFL audience. I think NFL supporters have got other sources of media to go to. So that'll be quite interesting. It's something that we'll have to persevere with because it takes a long time to establish any sort of coverage and for people to find it interesting and informative and also reliable. So yeah, it's an uphill challenge for Matteo. It's definitely doable. I think it's going to be quite a good thing if it all pays off. So yeah, there's an exclusive for you for those that are still here, which is quite a few still here. Actually. Anyway, right, no one's come in, and I'm done. So thanks to everyone for tuning in for as much time as you did, and we'll be back next Friday. There'll be two of us, so maybe there'll be a bit more conversation. I do want this to pick up from, the whole gimmick of this thing is people drop in and share stuff rather than just picking out of the comments. But have a good Friday evening, everyone. To those of you that are playing Sunday, good luck. Stay healthy and safe. And yeah, watch our live stream if you can. I'll do my best to keep it entertaining. It will be me commentating. And yeah, there is a new element to our live stream this weekend, but I won't ruin it. Sort of a bit of a surprise, so it'll be quite cool. Anyway, yeah,